Hey there again. So, I was asked to talk about the idea of trauma release. And it's one of these things where, to me anyway, the nomenclature is important because I don't know that we really release trauma as much as we process it and integrate it. Let me nerd out and explain. So, every single thing that happens to us in life is processed by the brain. And again, thinking about our experiences and the way that our brains process and integrate external stimuli is all really related to our brains wanting to keep us alive as a species. And part of what happens to us is that when something is interpreted by the brain as a threat to life, it stays and it's felt with a lot more intensity because effectively our nervous system and our brains don't want it to happen again. So, what happens is when something really horrible that is wrapped up in society and wrapped up in moral values and attaches itself to, whatever, other stories about how we need to be in life, what can happen is that gets caught up and becomes part of our identity formation. And whenever something reminds us of that trauma, we start to connect it and make it form part of our identity. And so you know, my belief is that we are absolutely not the worst thing that happens to us. We are not, whatever, that attack or that fire or that horrible relationship. Trying to think about our life and our life experiences, we're more like a tapestry, right? So there's some gold in there, there's some bright blue in there, and in every life there's a little bit of black. And the little bit of black typically gives us a lot of depth and kind of can make us more interesting. Again, we, you know, the key to process and integrating trauma, especially if you're kind of going to look at your life experience as, okay, well, there are some horrible things and some great things and a lot of so-so, is that effectively the work is about moving the information from a part of the brain that is more autonomic. So it's more connected to processes of life and death, which often takes, a specific type of trauma therapy, sometimes some brain-based therapies, EMDR or brain spotting. In some cases, even, some more the magnetic brain therapies. But I'm kind of digressing. The point is that we want to talk about things and we want to create a different narrative about the really painful parts of our lives so that effectively they no longer define us. And so we want to remove shame about these things.